of where we are with this old girl. We got it a few weeks ago and it was looking out a bit strange and it was dressed. It was dressed in the style of its time. And I said before, I don't like to criticise anyone's taste because taste is just that, it's peculiar to everyone. But this one pushed the bounds of that and it was dressed in a very strange style with a big fairing on here and ape hangers and stuff hanging on the back end, and it looked a bit odd. But let's not forget, I'm of the generation that wore flared trousers, and like many of my generation, I'm guilty of even worse sartorial sins. So sometimes you don't need to criticise too strongly, I think you'll agree. So I think you'd want to know how this one's getting on and what I've done to it. So let's have a quick walk around it. Okay, we start at the front and we took off that nasty fairing, in my view, and replaced it with these nice pattern handlebars which are exactly the right rise and width and all the rest of it. We've also changed the switch at this side. This one didn't work and it had a little remote starter button mounted here, so we've put a new switch on there. This is all new, this has all been retained because a bit of patina there and I like that in the mirror heads. The brake was seized and that's now looking nice. At this side the paint was not in a bad way, but there's a shade difference between the tank and the side panel, and I could have it repainted, but they only guarantee it to within a shade or two anyway, so you might end up painting them and still end up with a shade difference. So my friend Keith at Spray Tank painted it all, and he's made a lovely job and even had the decals made, and they're absolutely, they look spot on. The engine's been polished up as you can see and it looks really nice, and the bike just looks a lot more like a motorcycle you'd want to ride, I think. So let's come round here a bit. We've changed the indicators, put them back where they should live on the fork ears there, and this is all cleaned up. There's a little crack in the fork ear there at either side where it's been carrying the fairing. They were never designed to carry anything as heavy as that. But all this is cleaned up really, really nicely, as you can see, and it's really pretty. So I'm quite pleased with it. Let's have a look at this side again, and that's, I think you'll agree it's nice. It really does look like a nice bike, and they're a bike that's suffered from being of their time a little bit. They were not as glamorous anymore as they had been when it was the CB450, so they were somewhat ignored and overlooked, but they're a wonderful engine, and I just love the sound of them. They're one of the best sounding engines ever. So did I do anything at the back end? I think I just give it a good clean up here, and this is all as was. I've not actually replaced anything here. I've just made it all look a lot better. A little bit of work to do here yet, as you can see. There's a bit of scab of paint off there, that's acid stain, and but that aside, we're about there with it, and it really goes well. So I took it out the other day for its first ride out, and this is how it went. So that was a great ride out, thoroughly enjoyed it. The bike pulls like a train, it really does feel nice to ride, it's incredibly comfortable, not the fastest thing in the world. It's the nature of filming things on video that they look to be going a lot faster than you actually are, so it looks like I'm actually tearing along, when if you look at the speedo you can see I'm never doing more than 70 and usually between 40 and 50. However, it was a really enjoyable ride out on a nice day. Last question is, why are you watching me? You should be watching this. This is a thing called Itchy Boots. It's on YouTube. It's a girl, she's been travelling all around the world for years. She's riding right now in the Kalahari Rally. She's got bigger balls than most blokes. She's a pretty lady, she's clever, she's funny, she's a charming person, and you need to watch her. So look up Itchy Boots on YouTube, and you subscribe, and you give her a thumbs up. Right, I'm going away to France for a few days just now, so I'll be kind of offline. I'll post something from there whilst I can. I'm going to take you a ride down a valley in France. So next time you tune in, do we call it tuning in? I'm not sure. Next time you do that, that's what we'll be doing. Thanks guys. Bye.